Good morning. This is Theresa and Matt in the morning on the road.
I'm Matt.
I'm Theresa. Our special guest, Master Sergeant Rose.
Good morning.
So tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm Sergeant Rose. I work at the 88th with you guys.
Family?
Family. I'm married. I have 2 kids. We have a home over by Cataract.
Okay. Are you like a local Wisconsinite, or? Are you...
I'm an original Wisconsinite, absolutely. I've been 20 years in the military all over, but I've come home for my final state.
Oh, I see. There's an interesting thing that I hear about you, Master Rose. Cat bombing?
Cat bombing.
What is this all about? I mean,
Okay.
I've heard the term. I just explain it to me,
Well,
please.
you may know Chief Blakely,
Yes.
vaguely,
Mhm.
okay? You know he's a big cat fan, right?
Yes, I do.
About a third of my Facebook feed is nothing but cat pictures.
Ah.
So I said, you know what, I'm going to get him back. And so every time he posts a picture of Holstein in Jersey, I bomb him with a funny cat picture, cat doing something stupid and mean.
Okay.
So I can't let him get away with that.
Interesting. Sports fan. We usually like to talk about sports. Before we start, are you a big sports fan? Like, are you into football, baseball?
I like football, don't like baseball, don't like basketball. Hockey's pretty cool. I like soccer too.
Ah, I see.
Speaking of hockey, I have a funny story to share. Mr. Arnie, who works in our HHC,
yeah.
he's a big hockey fan, and he brought in his skates because someone from DOL was going to sharpen the blades for
Sure.
him, and that shows how much I don't know about hockey. I didn't realize you have to have your blades sharpened so often.
Mm-hmm.
And after they were sharpened, they were returned back to the office, and someone kept saying, "What are those skates there for? Whose skates are those?" Every time someone would come in the office, they'd say, "Whose skates are those?" And finally I said, "Oh, those are Mr. Arnie's. Those are his figure skates." And he pokes his head out of the office. "They are not. You know what those are for." I'm like, "I'm sorry. I thought they were figure skates the whole time."
Interesting thing, free agency started for football, for
Oh,
the
yeah.
NFL.
Yeah.
Nothing big came out yesterday. The only thing I noticed was DeMarcus Ware from
I
Dallas.
heard about that, yeah.
He's done, and then Julius Peppers from Chicago.
Yeah.
He's out. And then Minnesota Vikings, Jared Allen has said he's not coming back. Supposedly he's not going to come back. But
That's what he says now. We'll see
We'll
if
see if he
somebody
gets a job.
if somebody waves some money in front of him, what happens, right?
But the big one was, it's like I said, wide receivers and running backs were in a big issue yesterday. It seemed like a lot of defense was going on for the
Right.
free agency and stuff. But other than that, and then March Madness, of course you didn't say you were a basketball
No.
fan. Yeah, March Madness is right around the corner. A lot of the Big East, the Big Ten,
Oh, yeah.
those are all starting their tournaments to decide
Yeah.
who's going to get the automatic bids and stuff. But soccer fan, huh?
Oh yeah, it's less than 100 days to World Cup.
Is it really? I didn't
Yeah.
realize. Oh, okay. Now, is the United States going to be able to make it this year? Or?
They got a real tough first group because
Okay.
the World Cup is played in 2 stages, group and then
Mm.
and the group that they got picked in it's tough. They
Okay.
may not make it out of group. We'll see.
I see. No, that's not in the group. When they played them, I think the last one I was watching was in like Africa or something or wherever it was.
I'm trying to. Yeah, I can't remember where it was.
Okay. I was just trying to
I
figure
don't
out-
remember what I had for breakfast this morning. So asking me something 4 years ago, I don't know.
And you're not a baseball fan, but that was the other news. I believe Minneapolis St. Paul is getting the the baseball All-Star game
Oh, yeah?
this year.
Okay.
So I told my wife, I said, I might have to see if I can figure out how to get tickets to it. And, we'll see. Other than that,
You said you're a Vikings fan.
yes.
Who would you like to see them get in free agency?
You know,
Everybody talks about free agency, but honestly, free agency is like shopping old people. Is more or less what it is.
you're right.
Yeah.
We need somebody that we
They
need
need
a
a
couple of
quarterback.
Oh, good lord.
Wow.
Yeah.
well, Adrian
Those
Peter-
janitor quarterbacks didn't work out for either team.
No, they didn't. No.
Well, it sounds like McGowan's going down to Buccaneers from Chicago. He wants to go, but Adrian Peterson. I don't. The funny story is he tweeted somebody and says, "Well, Michael Vick could probably take us to the Super Bowl."
I don't know if he'd be better or
Wow.
him or Tebow.
I don't know. Michael Vick with Adrian Peterson and who's that other running back they got? He's really good too. Not quite Adrian Peterson mode, but
Yeah.
he's still really good. That would make an awesome backfield right
Yeah,
there.
it
I
would.
think.
Even that third string, we got the one that they just re-signed, that Asiata.
Yeah.
They just re-signed. It would be interesting. As far as Minnesota goes, yeah, I agree. They need a quarterback that's going to come in and take charge. But we need to get somebody that can cover these receivers out in the backfield a little bit, and then also we need somebody to block the middle of for the running, on the defense.
Mm-hmm.
We used to have what's his name, Pat Williams, years ago, and he was solid in the middle. And
Right.
Once he retired, ever since then they've been able to run on us pretty decent.
Well, and I guess the important thing is not so much the Vikings, but the Green Bay Packers. How are they going to do? I mean, let's talk brass tacks here, all right?
Yeah. They got Sam Shields. And they,
okay, all right.
And
I know for free agency, Ted Turner or Mike McCarthy, they are big draft and develop. That's what they do. They're not big free agency people. However, they need some emergency fixes.
But that's about it, all that we have time for this week, so
What?
we'll continue this next week.
Okay.